What's up? We'll jump on here a little bit early. What's up, everybody? What is happening? How's everybody doing? Let's get the chat going here. There we go. Hello, everybody. I got the link up. Let's jump in here. Go ahead and let me know. How's everybody doing tonight? We're hanging out. We're getting everything started up here. Get everything going. Delete that one. That one's wrong. Okay. Check. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody out there having a good day? Having a good Sunday? Said everybody, the link's in there. Everybody wants to join in, you're welcome. Click the link. I'll let you in. Gonna hang out here in the shop to get set up here so I can get on in. Get her going. The thing I hate about StreamYard is the dang delay. The only thing it takes a little while getting used to. Get the tablet rolling here so I can read comments. It's always something. We always get off to a slow start here, but we eventually get it. Get a lot of comments rolling. We missed a lot last night. I was on live with Bear Rose last night for a few hours. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. I'll work here. Trying to get the comments on the tablet too. Make sure they're on here. Why do I not have comments? Why do I not have comments? Try it this way. Settings. It's always something. I don't understand on the browser. I have no comments. Oh well, I'll read them in here. What's up, Hippie Miller? How's it going, buddy? I'm trying to get comments rolling here on the tablet here. I don't know what's going on with it. It's been wonky, but we'll get it there. How you doing tonight, man? Thanks for dropping in. If anybody wants to join the live, I got a link up there. You're welcome to join in. How's it going, man? The days are clicking away. We'll have tonight one more broadcast before everybody heads off to Sykeston. Hey, you know it is. Any day above the dirt's a good day. You know it's better than being below. So it's gonna be a lot worse. Could be better off. It could be a lot worse. But no, I mean heck, yeah, that's hard. That's crazy to believe that we'll have tonight's live. We'll have one more live, and then the weekend after we'll have a live when we get or when everybody's getting back from No Name Nationals. We'll be live that night. The Sunday after No Name, so that'll be what October 2nd. We'll be live with a recap of what went on. Yeah, I can't get no comments on this tablet. I can't read anything. I don't know why the browser won't read the comment. It won't load comments on the tablet. Yeah. Yeah, it's up to people. Yeah. I put the live stream up there and give the comments. It usually takes a couple minutes for people to trickle in. I said what gets hard to use the delay because you see how much delay there is between up there and down here. That's the only thing I like using StreamYard because you can invite guests in and have people talk with you. But the problem is there's like literally there's probably a good 15-second delay between what you see on the screen and what comes across on here. But what are you gonna do? No, the cat dropped by to attack us probably. What happened? I don't know. I can't think of his name. I'd have to go back and look. We had a guy last night and he made a disparaging comment about the Steeler chair. He was an Ohio guy, of course. How'd that work out for him today? It didn't work out too well. Oh well, it happens. It could be worse. I just don't see how. I gotta clean my table off. It's trash. I basically got an LS tour part of this table. I got torque converters and flywheels and exhaust manifolds and fuel rails and drive-by-wire throttle pedals, fuel pumps, computers, spark plug, all kinds of goodies. Oil pans under the table. Good times. Hopefully we'll get some people in here. We got some interest in the LS swap stuff. We had a couple good conversations on it. One thing we're going to get today, September 11th. For anybody around here, most people old enough to remember those. Never forget this day. We never forgive what those cowards done to us. Mopar Dan, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we never forget what those cowards did to us on September 11th, you know, and our hearts go out to the families of all the first responders that lost their life that day. Those that ran into those towers, probably knowing full well that they were going to fall, but yet they still fucked up, done their job, and went in there to try to save people. Those are true Americans, and that's the true spirit of what this country is about. And we'll never forget them. We'll never forget their sacrifice. Never forget those that sacrificed their lives just a few miles from here, really. I mean, 40 minutes away, where Flight 93 plowed into a field because a group of passengers and flight attendants were determined that they weren't going to let that plane be used as a weapon against their country. And they decided to take it back. So let's never forget that. And always remember America. Us as citizens, we need to learn to just get along and quit letting the politicians divide us because that's how they beat us. They turn us against each other. And while we're busy arguing with each other, they sneak up and get us from behind. Yeah, I've never personally hooked a LS to a 4-speed, but it will bolt up. You can use a rock crusher 4-speed on it, so it's luckily for a few years before the whole country turned into a bunch of pansies, you could still get a Chevy truck with an LS in it with a manual transmission behind it. So there's manual flywheels available. And not only that, the aftermarket is taken over, so you can get aftermarket performance flywheels, clutches and stuff to use that 4-speed behind it. I haven't personally because while I love driving a manual transmission, the race one's another story, and it's just too hard to remain consistent. But there is nothing like driving a manual transmission car around on the street that has a little bit of power. It is a lot of fun. Rolling out in first gear, snapping it into second, sidestep it, do a 180. Man, that was the great thing about Fox Body Mustangs. Yeah, Dan, that was a sad day, man. I'll never forget that, man. That day broke my heart as an American and angered me. I'm still angry to this day that some of those people that were responsible haven't paid for it. That or the fact that a lot of people just go by anymore. Yeah, it's the 21 years. It's like it was yesterday to some of us, and we're never going to forget that. Not much, Battery. Thanks for stopping in, Blake. Oh, I see you now. Who we got in there? Hijack. Who is this guy? Who are you? Hijack there waiting. Who are you, buddy? I've never seen you before. I'm not saying I don't know you, but I'm not just going to let any stranger step into my stream either. So sorry about that. They tried. You see that, Battery? I think we just had a troll try to step in. We're going to have to get up a little earlier, though. For somebody with a username Hijack, you think they'd be a little bit smarter than not use that name. But yeah, other than that, man, we're busy around here. We're not really. We're busy. We're always busy. My work days never ends. It seems like if I'm not working on my own stuff, I'm working on somebody else's. Or the rain's kind of hampered everything. I have a couple projects that hopefully I'll get done maybe tomorrow. If it doesn't rain, I can get finished. I have a friend's car I got to do some welding on and get it finished up. And the last couple of days that I wanted to do it, it's rained, and I'm gonna at his place. I'm gonna be welding outside, so didn't really want to drag the welder out in the rain to do that. So, but it just welded some exhaust up for the floor shifter, and he's about good to go. Get on the road, you can go out and do some burnouts and have some fun. So, what's everybody think about this burnout contest? Who's gonna break what? That's always my fear, man. I run my car down the track, no problem whatsoever, man. But a burnout really would have me a little worried. This guy's back. I don't know who you are, man. Hijack. Say something in chat and identify yourself. I'm not just going to let you in if I don't know you. The stream isn't open for that. This is open for the participants in the No Name Nationals. That's all we're going to bring in here. If I don't know you, you're not coming in. I'm not going to jeopardize my YouTube channel for somebody I don't know. I don't know who it is. There's some guy he keeps hitting up. He keeps coming into the stream and it asks to be let in. His screen name's Hijack. So he looks like he's up to no good. So he's not coming in. Like I said, if I don't recognize you for the No Name Nationals, you're not coming in. It's just that simple. There's always got to be that one. Well, I've asked him, I don't know now how many times I've asked him to identify himself in the chat. He won't even identify himself. Yeah, the burnout contest can worry me. Yeah, I mean, if you see him on there, but he's not commenting. So, but if he pops in there and he's up to no good, just go ahead and block him. You got the mod power. So, I don't know who he is. Like I said, I've asked him nicely to identify himself. He won't identify himself. So, let it go. You know, I'm not asking much. I just said, you know, you want to come in here and talk on this live, you're welcome to, but you're gonna have to identify yourself. Yeah, that's I mean a burnout contest though, man. You could really break some stuff on there because you're not gonna get you're turning all that RPM and to me, I don't know, unloaded RPM seems more dangerous than loaded RPM in an engine. You know, I mean, to me, it's a lot easier to send the rods out like that because once that tire breaks loose, you know, there's no load on the drive line anymore, and you're just zinging it up. That's a good way to break it. Yeah, that would be my concern with it. Actually, I've broken a lot of stuff doing burnout, so I'm no stranger to that. Throwed a lot of drive shafts trying to do burnouts. Or one time I had a Ram Charger and I backed out to do a burnout because there was some Chevy guy there and he was talking smack on my Dodge. And I'm like, my 360 will eat your 350 Chevy alive. And I backed out on the road, sidestepped the clutch around 4,500 in that thing with 35s on it. It had real light springs under it. It loaded or unloaded the front axle because it was one of the full time ones. It was a 78 with full time four wheel drive. It transferred enough weight to the back of the truck that it unloaded the front wheels. And when the front wheels unloaded, it sent all that torque with that 203 case, sent all the torque to the back, and it just pretzeled the drive shaft and spit it out on the side of the road. Yeah, it's going to be good. A lot of people's going to be breaking stuff, no doubt. There's a lot of guys that's coming just for that. I seen Cletus tore his car up pretty good in that burnout contest he had. But that's why we build them. You know, if you're going to use them, you might break them. That's why I never understood these people with the mentality they want a car and they want to just park it in the garage and hey, look at my nice car. I'm never going to drive it. I'm never going to do nothing with it. But hey, I have a nice car. Well, yeah, that's fine. I respect that nice car and it's your money. You do whatever you want with it. I have no problem with that. But the problem I have is why have something if you're not going to use it. I would much have a beat up primered car that I can drive every day, take anywhere I want to go, than have some prissy trailer queen car with shiny paint that I'm afraid someone's going to lean against when I leave it in the parking lot. Yeah, I mean, you have hippie. You probably have killed a few drive lines and murdered a few universal joints in your time. We've all been there, brother. I never, in all the years, really, I broke stuff when I spent all that time four wheeling. And Henry swapped 84 Rabbit. They show him the dirt running some quick ETs. It might be. That would be crazy. Did you see that it's based on a Rabbit. What's that that Volkswagen pickup that's based on like the Rabbit platform? Matt Happel, Sloppy Mechanics, they got a K series swap with all wheel drive that they're finishing up. It's his wife's car. That's gonna be a wicked little car. It's gonna have turbo K series Honda motor in it, all wheel drive. I think it's gonna be a blast. I call them caddies. They might call them cat around here. We call them a little bit of everything. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there. I mean, I see it all the time. I ride by, going to the local Walmart. I ride by and I see, you know, a beautiful '55 Chevy that just sits in the garage. I don't think sunlight ever graces its body panels anymore. It just sits sad in that corner. I'm thinking, man, I would have that out every day. Yeah, well, it's not so much I've always liked sleepers. I just hate doing body work. So everything I've ever had since I've been 14, I would buy a car that looked right, but was blown up or something, bring it home and get it running was the only way I'd end up with a nice car. Other than that, I can't even bring myself half the time just to spray paint over the scratches on my stuff. There's some guy come in there and I don't know him. I'm not going to let anybody on here that I don't know. And then he tries to, I told him to identify himself on here and he goes in private chat and tries to send me a message that way. Yeah, but well, if he would go on there, if he would identify himself in front of the crowd here and let everybody know who he was, maybe we could have vetted him and we could have let him on to talk. But, you know, if I just went on there and said, I don't know you, yeah, that's the cat that attacked me. He's evil. But yeah, I could vet him and let him on here. I have no problem with letting somebody on to hang out and talk. His name, it says hi Jack. He says it me hi Jack, but I don't know the guy. I've never seen him. I don't know anybody of that name that's been hanging around or trying to get 500. Anybody trying to get in the No Name Nationals. I never heard of the guy. I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't know who he is. I can't just let you on here, you know me, and get my channel shut down because you come on here and act like an idiot. I'm just sorry. I'm only letting people on here that I know. Is it anybody who's in the No Name Nationals? You're welcome to click that link, light her up, and I'll bring you right on here with me. You can have all the exposure you want, but I'm not letting anybody I don't know. All right, Hippie, thanks for dropping in, buddy. We'll catch you later. Appreciate it. Have a good one, man. Yeah, I can't let that guy in here because he's going to cause trouble, bro. He may not, but I can't take that chance. Like I said, if he's got something to say, post it in a regular chat. Don't send me a private message. Post it up here, and someone else in this chat's gonna have to vouch for him. Yeah, I'm not letting him on there, Mopar Dad. That's what I kicked him out. He's tried 3 times now, and I told him to come into the regular chat and identify yourself, you know, and let me know who you are because I don't know anybody who's in the no name running with that name. And instead, he private messages me and tries to get me to let him on. I'm not letting nobody on there like that. Said anybody that I know, and you don't even have to be in the No Name Nationals. If I know you from Tony's chats, I'll let you on here, but I'm not going to let anybody on. The guy kind of looked like Cabral when I see his picture because he was sitting there in his camera. He kind of looked a little bit like Cabral. I don't know who it is, but they're not getting on here. No, the only people getting on here is people we know, and it's that simple. We worked too hard to get the little bit that we got on this channel. We're not going to jeopardize it by just letting any idiot on here come on and spout off hate. We don't hate anybody here. We want to get along. You want to hate, start your own YouTube channel and do it on your channel. Other than that, if anybody caught Bear Rose last night, it was on there. And when I finally signed off, it was almost 2 o'clock. He was still going. But there was a lot going on tonight. I think Outfits Garage will be on. He was coming on at, I believe, 9, but it was 9 Central. Because he's in Arkansas. That's cool. I'm starting to learn where everybody's from. Outfits Garage from Arkansas. Bear Rose is from Idaho. I'm learning where they're at slowly. Get out and drive. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Aries live now too. Yeah, it happens. I mean, we walk on each other's toes sometimes. I try to. I mean, I've been consistent in this slot, and like I said, if people want to be live at the same time, that's fine. You know, there's enough viewers here to go around. So Ari's still trying to get his sub count built up anyway, so good for him. Yeah, we've been now, I think since, well, yeah, I've went live every Sunday night since the week after Tony announced his live. So the night that when Tony announced that he wasn't going to do lives anymore, I went ahead and scheduled my live for Sunday at 8 p.m. So, but like I said, it's free platform. If it works for him, good for him. No big deal. There's enough viewers to go around for all of us. There's millions on this platform. Anybody shut up and drive, or get out and drive. Any questions? I know I had a few people on here last 2 weeks ago that had some really good LS questions. And we were talking through it, making some horsepower. So I think Barrows last night convinced me that I should just go twins on my part for next year. See, you can multitask. Thank you, Mopar Dan. That's fine. Like I said, hey, everybody got a scratch for what they can get, man. That's all good. I understand if someone's going to go watch something else. It's all cool. But we're all in this together. We're one community. You know, we try to help each other the best we can. At Barry's last night, though, he was talking about, as we was talking about the turbos, and I was telling about my airflow limitations I have on mine right now. And he's like, you should just go twins. It's like, well, I thought about going twins, but I really wanted to just go with a big single because it's a lot easier to plumb up. If I go with a single, I already have the turbo kit on the car. I just gotta cut that T4 flange off and roll a T6 flange on it and go with like that 8088. Something like that. Make some Hurst purse. I got enough fuel system to support 1500 horsepower on E85, so it's just a matter of putting a bigger turbo on it. I've been doing some research for the last couple of weeks about it, or about the last week, to see if spraying it would help. Because I know that right now I'm at the point my turbo can't flow any more air than to make on that motor being, since it's such large displacement, that turbo can only flow enough air to support about 650 wheels. Which is probably realistically, I'm losing a lot to the drive on. That's probably close to 800 flywheel, but the problem with that is I don't know if I spray, say, a 75 shot on top of that, I should pick up 150 horsepower running, but the limiting factor that would be that my wastegate can pass enough to bypass the turbo when it comes up on the nitrogen and doesn't cause bottom. But I'm going to try. Next time I have it out on the track, I'm going to try to just hit it with like a 75 shot on top of the turbo and see what happens. I played with it a little bit at the track one time. Last November when I had it there, I was playing with it a little bit, trying to use it to help the 60 foot. I had Holly programmed to spray the nitrous as soon as I let go of the two-step, to spray the nitrous for like 1.5 seconds and then go away once it hit 12 psi boost. So not go in there and change it and just let it keep spraying and see what happens. And you should be able to spray it for at least 6 seconds. That or a milk pistons. Yeah, I do that. Won't be the first time. Probably won't be the last time. That's the problem in a nitrous car. Nitrous cars count their accomplishments by how many pistons they've broken. I haven't broke that many because I'm a turbo car. I'm nitrous guys. I burned down a set of pistons in one run. When you see green coming out the exhaust pipe, that ain't exhaust burning. That's usually aluminum burning with it. You watch them guys, like you watch Street Outlaws or whatever, when they're going down the road and you see green coming out the pipes. That's because they're melting pistons down. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I said, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So is everybody, I know Mopar Den, have you talked with Dawn and Wendy and everybody figured out where everybody's meeting up as they come across PA? I know everybody was talking about meeting up the convoy, and have anybody decided where they were going to meet yet? I'm distracted for Mopar Den. He's trying to watch Harry and my at the same time, and I'm asking him questions. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Huh? There you go. Huh? Yeah, Harry's on. Harry's a good dude. I didn't know he was coming on so early. It's fine. Cause I think Harry's on the West Coast. He went from on to but it's cool. Ben asked if I was the cat. The cat. Do a video on this. I'm going to cut Bob release. Exhaust valves. It's exhausting. Basically, with an LS exhaust valve on the newer LQ4 stuff, there's a valve relief cut into the top of the piston. On the early LQ4 stuff, they're a true flat top. I seen a guy with taking a valve and some 40 grit, bringing the piston up the top dead center, putting this in the head with 40 grit sandpaper, and then putting a drill in there and spinning the valve until you cut them grooves in the pistons. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do one night, just tear the motor apart and do it. Maybe go live and do it. I'm gonna take the cut valve release in the piston. That way I can spin it back up to 7,200 again instead of, because I got it turned down now to like 68 and I'm breaking bending another valve. Not lately, no. Dawn and Wendy English. They usually pop in. Yeah, I've had that one dude. I think I'm gonna let somebody in here that I don't know, especially with the name Hijack. And, oh yeah, come on my ride. Oh, you get somebody with the dudes that come in here and carry on. No one they say stuff, no one they're not allowed to get in trouble. Huh? Get your channel banned or anything. They go on here and start spouting stuff. You know how you can't say certain words on YouTube. You know, or he could be a pervert or something, come on there and start saying other stuff. If the video up anything trouble. I'm not gonna let that happen. It's not happening, not today, not this time, pal. We lost most of our guys right now. We don't come back. I lost most. I got a few people in here. I'm gonna move this over closer so I can see and get my hand out of the screen. Get my hand out of the screen and then try to put this tripod down so I can set it on the table. It works better on the table. We'll flip the levers. Yeah, they flip up the levers. See when they're flipped up, slide them. Hit the tripod. Huh? Yeah, there's 3 rubbers each side. There we go. Now I can set this up here and focus it down. I can see a lot better this way. What's happening, everybody? Anybody popping in? If you're in the No Name Nationals, there's a link up there posted in the chat. If you're in the No Name Nationals, click that link, I'll let you in. Unfortunately, if I don't know you or never heard of you, I'm not going to let you in. So just remember that. There we go. That works a little bit better. I can at least read the chat a little bit better now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome all to the party. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Hey, it's not raining tonight, so at least I can drive my car home tonight. Could take it home last night because of the rain. At least tonight I'll be able to take it home. Some melting valves here. I did drag that 5-3. I'm gonna, like I said here, after everybody's done with No Name Nationals and all that, everything settles back down, I'm gonna do a live. I'm gonna tear my motor down and I'm gonna cut valve reliefs in the top of my pistons, but the engine's still in the car, and then put it back together. Said the problem with that cam that I have in there now, the duration's a little long, and if you get any kind of valve float, once you get up above 7,000 RPM, it'll bend an exhaust valve because there's no reliefs in them pistons. But I seen some really cool tricks on how to cut valve reliefs in it, so we're gonna tear it down and do valve relief in those pistons. Let's see, we got some people strolling in. How's everybody doing? Thanks for popping in. If you're popping in, please say hello. That way I know you're here. I can acknowledge it. Anybody got any questions? Throw them in there. Anybody in the No Name Nationals, there's a link in the chat. Click it on there. If I know you, I'll let you in. We're hanging out here in the shop, doing a whole lot of nothing on a typical Sunday night. Talking about valve reliefs. Yeah, that little bit there would have been enough to save my bacon that day. And like we was talking, guess when I bent that valve? I was doing a burnout. Who would have thought? Unloaded driveline at 7,000 RPM would bend a valve. Who would have thunk it? That's how I see that burnout contest. People are going to tear a lot of stuff up. Revving an engine high like that unloaded was really bad. Once them tires snap loose and the load comes off of that thing, man, you're basically just free revving it. I could see lots of bent valves. I wonder who's going to kick the rods out. Who's winning that award? Who's going to win dreaded oil down reward or award? Nobody wants to be that guy. Then again, there's probably some sick and twisted individual out there who's planning on winning that award. At least he can go home and say he won something. Oh, well, if that's what your case is, buddy, I salute you. I just ask you, please do it at the end so we can get a win on them to clean the track. Oh, man, there's nothing more frustrating than going to the track, having the oil down, then spending 2 hours setting in the staging lanes waiting on them to clean it up. Huh? Which the verbiage? Mm. I wonder, that's weird on that one, how that broke the second ring land and knocked the oil ring land off, but didn't break the top ring land. I'm going lean. It it went lean and butted the ring gap. I mean, the ring gap on that thing was ridiculous too. It was like 28 thousandths, and it still butted the ring gap. But it was lean. That's why when they go lean, they get hot. I don't know. It broke the ring gap on the upstrap. That's why it didn't break the top. That piston was coming up. When that ring butted, that piston was coming up, and you can see. Yeah, that piston was coming up when it butted, and it rolled the whip down. Oh, he's breaking something. As I said, they're talking about that burnout contest on it, but a lot of guys break stuff in that burnout contest. So, I mean, because you think about it, like you can get in a car and you go off the road and you got load on the motor, or you're running through the gears, you're loaded. It's full and the car accelerates. That motor isn't free revving. But when you're doing a burnout contest, once the tires start spinning and that momentum, that whole drive line takes momentum, and then you're basically free revving because there's no load on them anymore. The tires are just, I mean, so, and that what happens, it says is you're loading and unloading the connecting rods different like that. When the load comes off of it, you can beat on the big end of the rods can beat up, revving with no load on it. That's a good rod there. I'll save that. I might need that in the future. I should bring that. Probably take that, huh? Put that in the trunk of my car. I might need it. Apple said, "Don't worry that this has the valve release in it." And mine don't. He said, "Don't even worry about it. It's wrong. It's fine." So he run two different heads on it. He had an LS and he had a 5.3 and a Fairmont, and he had two different cylinder heads on it. One was a ported Corvette head, and the other one was a pickup truck head. And that motor still made 800 horsepower on the dyno. These motors don't care. That's what makes them so. Amanda must have called. What'd you catch on there, Amanda? I see Amanda just caught somebody on there. Said white trash motor. Yeah, come on, something, but it said it was handled by another moderator. What'd they do, Amanda? And said you handle it. Yeah, what's up, Jordan? Come on, where are we going? Where are we going? What do we want to do? Let's get rowdy in here. All righty, guys. What is it? We're 19 days away from the No Name Nationals. It is the 1st or the 20 or the 30th of September. So it's and it's the 30th. What? Yeah, I know, but it has to be on Thursday. Huh? Huh? I don't know, but it's coming up. It won't be long. Who else is on? Who's going? Nah, they're fine on there, Amanda. They can comment. I'm just not letting anybody on the live if they're not going to let me in. That's all. They can comment. Anybody can comment on here. We're fine with that. I have no issue with Jordan. The person I had on there was that hijacker, whatever his name was. That was the one he was trying to get on the live stream. Jordan's fine. I don't even think it was him. I think it was just a YouTube thing that blocked his comment. He's fine. You ain't got to axe them yet. They're good. Everybody's being behaved. It's cool. No, you're good. No, that Jordan, I don't know. YouTube blocked him or blocked his comment for some reason, but all he said was, come on. He didn't say anything bad. And it said that another moderator let it loose. So I figured he did. No, he's not the problem. I said, we had some guy on here going by the name of Hijack who was trying to get on the stream. He kept jumping in the list there and wanting me to let him on. And I asked him who he was, and he wouldn't answer himself. He sent me a private message saying his name was Hijack. But I still told him I didn't recognize him and I wasn't going to let you on here if I don't know you. I'm not taking that chance. If you are a no-name national regular, you are allowed on here. Click the link. I'll let you in. If I do not know you, you are not coming on this stream. Anybody going to no-name nationals, you're golden. Click that link. I'll let you in. If I don't know you, no. I'm not going to let somebody come in here and screw this up. We was talking about burnouts and burnout contests, and we're wondering how many people is going to sling rods. And then I was sitting there holding a piston. Yeah, he didn't do nothing. No. No, Jordan didn't do nothing. He's good. He just popped in to say hello. He's good. Is it anybody popping in? Say hello, identify yourself so we know who we got here. Hanging out. We got a little bit longer. What's up, Schultz? Yeah, you're always late. Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Aren't I supposed to be late, not you? I don't know how that works. I was taking stock on how many extra pistons I had, Schultz. I might have to hit up and order a couple more. I can't say that. Since I fixed that fuel filter, I haven't broken it anymore. So that's what was hurting it, was that fuel filter. Well, we're just hanging out. I had some idiot try to come in here earlier. Oh, yeah. That'd be funny.
That would be.
And they do it. He freezes up and he comes on the live. Yeah, he doesn't know he's on live. He does turn his camera on.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Yeah, the way we break them, it probably is better to have extra piston. Extra pistons. I mean, it could take a spare motor. What is it?
Spare motor. Yeah.
There's a spare 6-liter. And there's a spare 5.3 over there. 5.3, 6.0. I wish if I had the input shaft, I'd take that power glide too. That way, spare transmission. I don't know if that turbo 350 is gonna like all that power, but been 11, right? I mean, I ain't heard it yet. When did I build that train? October. So I had that car at the track before we built that train. Yeah, that was the last time we were there in November. I didn't go this year. I'm saving it. I'm saving it. I don't want to break it. Yeah, take the whole spare motor.
Yeah, well,
I guess most guys carry spare tires, carry spare motors. It said Wilburn still wants someone to swap one of the Pizza Hut parking lots. So if I had if I had a car that needed a motor, I'd load it up. I would. I'd take the cherry picker, the tools. I'd drive over to the Pizza Hut parking lot. I'd set up the camera for a live stream. And I'd change the motor right there in the parking lot. Especially like my car, because my car's motor's been in and out so many times now that it's easy. I could have that motor out of my car and on the ground in 40 minutes. Huh? Mm. Yeah, Schultz coming prepared. Yeah, I could have that motor out of my car on the ground and be swapping everything over to put the new motor in 40 minutes. I don't know if that's something to brag about that I've broken it so many times I've had to take it out so many times. But you know, when you've been a naturally aspirated carburetor guy, you know, most of your life, you know, work on stock fuel injection, then all of a sudden you just decide to order an eBay turbo and put on there. You got to learn somewhere. I said I put all the reason my car is together and running right now is because of Matt Happel, Sloppy Mechanics. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have a Turbo LS car, and I can't thank him enough for all the help he's had through the years, keeping this stuff together and answering stupid questions. If it wasn't for Happel, I wouldn't have a turbo car. Because he's the one that showed me that you can put two different cylinder heads on a motor. You can literally take the junkyard pistons off the garage floor, and shake the dirt off of them, stuff them in, and then go put it on the dyno and make 800 horsepower. That's the guy that showed me that stuff. You know, that you don't have to buy new head bolts every time you take the head off of an LS. You don't have to replace the head gaskets every time you take it apart. That's all Matt Happel. 100% of that showed me that. And then everything else I learned about cars just because I'm a cheapskate. I could never pay anybody. I'd quit driving if I had to pay somebody to work on my cars. I will never pay anybody to work on my vehicle. I don't care what it is, no matter how complicated it is or what it is, I will learn how to do it. If I don't know how to do it, I will look it up. I will Google it. I will read a book. I will learn how to do it. I will make it work. The day I have to pay somebody is the day I give up driving. Period. Now we're going to talk about next year's 989. Next year, the car we take the 989 shows. Our goal is to be the fastest there. And then we're going to be big, big shoes to fill because there's some fast guys. Yeah, there's the Nelson coming from Pennsylvania. They got turbo cars that are running like 4 seconds, 8 miles. They're like as fast as the street outlaw guys. You know, they're like 8 second quarter miles. Told you next year I like to find a Vega wagon and put an 825 chassis in it. 850 set roll cage. No, they're not. I don't know. I ever get a chance to get up there. I bet I know where there's one set. It's probably still set. It already had a roll cage in it. Already had a narrow rear end in it. It was already a Cub. It was a big tire car. You know, it had like a 33 by 15-inch tire on the back of it. It was a big tire car. Big tires on a little mega wagon. Or how big tire cars drive on the road. Probably alright. Anybody out there know how a big tire car drives on the road? Does it drive any worse than a 28-10-5 car does on the road? Even if I build a dedicated 8-second drag car, it's going to have to still be something that can drive on the road. Even if you're skirting, violating about every law you can, it's got to be close to pure legal enough to sneak by with it. It's a shame. I like Fox Bodies. Notchback Fox Bodies are some of my favorite cars, but they're so overdone. That's the very reason why I started building Suzuki Samurais, because I couldn't go to the woods and show up there and there's 50 Jeeps, and I didn't want to be that guy, show up with 51. I just can't do that. I got to be different. So I got to build something that's different than what everybody's got. I'd like to have that Opal down the road too. That'd be a cool car. The thing is, though, is like, though, if you can find a car that's like an old race car, you'll get it a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to buy a project somebody gave up on than it is to build one from scratch. I mean, if you take a stock car and then you got to buy all that stuff, if you go find like a broke down car in somebody's yard, an old race car that they might have ran 20 years ago that they give up on, there's still going to be a few good parts in there, or at least a decent chassis that you can build on. Now, if it's a ladder bar car, you might have to cut the ladder bar out, put a 4-link in it, make it more modern because shock technology, spring technology, and all that stuff better. I like them older cars, even with a steering box. You want to get rid of the steering box, put a rack and pinion on it because it's lighter. But all in all, man, 9 o'clock, even at 8:56. I know when you get up, I'm yawning. I'm gonna have everybody on the stream yawning now. When you get up early, it does that. I was up, it wasn't quite daylight yet, but Dixie got up to get back. Wasn't quite daylight yet. Not yet. Not yet. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Sometimes. Like I said, we're so close to No Name. I mean, literally everybody could be busy. Probably half the people that normally watch are probably in their garage right now, wrenching on the cars. That happens. It ain't a big deal. We'll get there. You just keep picking away. We've made it this far. We started with just 4 or 5, just family. Is what we started with. We started with family and made it to 3,028. I lost a lot of ground there. When I was hurt for them 2 weeks, I lost a lot of time. I did because it quit pushing because I wasn't putting a video out every day. It quit pushing. So I lost a lot. I had to start back over because it fell back off, but I quit getting subscribers altogether until I started putting out. And YouTube still hasn't. My shorts I put out now aren't getting the reach that my other ones had. I just dropped that spiral lock and lost it. But my videos now aren't getting the reach they used to have. No, they're not, because YouTube will do that. YouTube will punish you for not putting content on. They don't care that, that you're hurt or you ain't able to do it, or, something going on and you got to take a couple of days off or whatever to put content on. YouTube don't care. If you're not dropping a short, when I was putting a short out every day, I was doing good. On days when I couldn't do that, and then I really think that I commented on a couple of videos that I probably shouldn't have commented on, but I didn't say nothing that would be, misconstrued or anything, but because I associate with them people, you will kind of shadow ban you. Outfits Garage, he's going to be going live here. I just got a reminder from him. Well, Outfits, he just made his literally just a couple days ago. Outfits made his 500, so he's got a dirt track Camaro. He built the car from scratch. He had the chassis and he's building. He got 327 with a 4-speed in it. Yeah. He can take it down a drag strip.
Yes.
Then he said he's leaving the Sykeston. He's going to take that car and he's going to a dirt track. He's going to race there. Yep. And then he's going to go race it down the dirt track. Remember, you was never there when we was at Iron, because Duff was with us. We went to Keystone a couple times and people brought like late models and run them down the track, and they're pretty fast. I mean, they would run 10s. I mean, those cars make power. They're just set up to go around in circles. They go, most of them. I mean, you think about it, a circle track race is just 2 drag races, and you turn around at the end. No, it really is. It's just how fast you win the race is how fast you can turn around, how fast you get around the corner back to the next drag race. Because that's all it is. You come out of the corner, and it's a drag race to the next corner. Come out of the corner, drag race to the next corner. That's all it really is. On your short track stuff, definitely, that's basically what it is. It's to come out and just sprint down to the next corner. Man, I gotta put you on. It's way too early for that.
Yeah. What's been up?
Not a whole lot of nothing. I guess there's no sense. We'll let, since Outfits is on there and Aries on there and everybody's on there live, there's no sense in dragging a couple people live here. We're not really talking about much and everybody else is busy, so I guess we'll just shut the stream down a little bit early tonight, get some rest anyway. So thanks everybody that tuned in. Thanks for talking. Yeah. Thanks Schultz for stopping by. Mo Pardad, Hippie Miller, Jordan Hill, Amanda, thanks for moderating here. Thank everybody for popping in. We appreciate it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and shut her down for tonight. Yeah, Mo Pardad, thanks for stopping in, buddy. I'll go ahead. That way people can jump over there because Russell needs some views. So, too, I'll probably pop in and check his out. So, we'll get on over there. Like I said, I think everybody's about burned out on lives anyway, with No Name coming up and everything's been going on. I mean, I know me personally, I've been watching, I don't know how many lives a day. So, I guess we'll just call it for a night tonight. We'll get some rest and we'll get back out here. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next Sunday night at 8. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a good one.